The Island School Voyagers win their first state championship in school history, and the Trojans get their revenge on Iolani.
On this episode of Road to the Ship presented by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, we're recapping the Motivate Foundation HHSAA Boys Soccer State Championships.
We also want to take this time to say mahalo to our sponsors, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaii Pacific Health, and Young Brothers. Mahalo for sponsoring our humble show. Kicking off a 4-game semifinal day for boys soccer, the number 2 seed Pac-5 took on the number 3 seed from Kauai, Island School. Early in the 14th minute, the Voyagers took the lead. Jayden Hannessy's free kick got punched by the Pac-5 goalkeeper, but Sawyer Rogoff was there to control the ball and take a nice shot into the goal. The lead was short-lived as Pac-5 tied up the game just 8 minutes later, but Island School had a quick answer and following a diving stop from Pac-5's goalkeeper Hunter Carey, squeezed the ball past for the goal. The Voyagers would score again in the second half to solidify their spot in the state championship game for the first time ever.
The number 1 seed Kamehameha-Hawaii put on a dominant performance against number 4 Seabury and capitalized on free kick opportunities to come away with a 3-0 win. The scoring opened up in the first half for Kamehameha-Hawaii when the state's leading scorer at the Division II level, William Henderson, drilled a penalty kick shot to the right side of the net. Later in the second half, Henderson would score again on a beautiful left-footed shot that just made it over the leaping Seabury goalie. The Spartans battled all game long but could not do enough to overcome the undefeated Warriors. Kamehameha-Hawaii would score once more before time expired and they officially punched their ticket back to the state championship game.
The defending Division II boys soccer state champs, Kamehameha-Hawaii looking to win their 3rd straight title against Island School, a team that is appearing in the championship game for the first time in school history. The score in the first half remains 0-0, but fans and supporters alike saw a lot of great shots on the goal from both teams. The goalkeepers for both schools, Island School's Michael Lidman and Kamehameha-Hawaii's Jacob Iona, did a great job to keep the game scoreless. In the 59th minute, Jayden Hannessy played the ball into space for William Buford, who evaded the Warrior defender and was able to play a crossball. There to receive the cross was Sawyer Rogoff, who bodied and laced up the ball for a score. Rogoff has been great for the Voyagers all tournament long as he scored 1 goal in every game. Island School would hold on to their lead despite some great late attempts by KS Hawaii, and the Voyagers from Kauai claimed their first ever state championship 1-0. We're going to head it over to Jayden with our D2 interview with Sawyer Rogoff.
The Voyagers were very animated after the game, and rightfully so. They were the first group from Island School to get to a state championship, and then were able to win it all. The senior forward, Sawyer Rogoff, scored the game's only goal. Now, let's go to an interview with Sawyer to hear his very detailed play-by-play on his game-winning goal and overall thoughts on his historic win.
So my friend Titus, been playing with him since I was 6. He comes in, beats the guy on the right side, crosses in a little curve on it. It's bending out like from the goal, and it bypasses the center back's head barely, and then it bypasses the goalie's gloves barely, and I chest him, hits the ground, and I get him right there. Wow, it was insane. It fell to me. It was amazing.
We did it! We did it as a team! And he scored every game! In every game!
Let's go!
And we got this!
Let's go! Come on! Kauai boys, Island School history.
The Kauai boys haven't won this trophy in 5 years. This is just a warning. Let you know we're back. And we're on this couch! State champs, baby!
The undefeated Mililani Trojans get back to the state championship game after taking down the ILH runner-ups, the Punahou Buff and Blue. The score remained tied after 1 half of play as both teams seemed to have their own share of shot attempts, but none of them landing. In the 52nd minute, Elijah Cooney got the ball into the goal area on a long throw-in. Mauia Galele just grazed the ball with his head before Skylar Vale took a line drive shot that found the back of the net. The Trojans' lead increased after a cross from Kai Martin was deflected by a Punahou defender into the back of their own net. Mililani earns a 2-0 win and looks to win their first state title since 2015.
The ILH champs and number 1 seeded Iolani faced the champs from Maui, the Baldwin Bears. For a second game in a row, Iolani would play in overtime. After 73 minutes of play, Iolani was just looking to hold Baldwin off as the Bears had a penalty kick opportunity. An amazing diving save from Iolani Braden Obrero kept the Bears out of the goal. Late in overtime, Iolani was driving down the field and a cross from Mike Kostecki was perfectly placed for a stretch to allow Manuel, who barely got a foot on it, for the golden goal. The Raiders survived Baldwin and looked to two-peat as state champs.
In a rematch of last year's state championship, the Trojans get their revenge on Iolani after losing previously in penalty kicks. This year, no added time was needed, and just like the Division II game earlier in the night, this one would remain scoreless through the first half of play. Both teams were battling and giving it their all for the final time in the year, and as the clock ticked down in the second half, some started to wonder if we would actually need to go to extra time. However, in the 69th minute, Mililani would get a corner kick opportunity. The kick from Caleb Ishizaka was played perfectly in front of the goal, and senior defender Justin Tilton came in like a wrecking ball to head it into the net. The Raiders would have a tough task ahead of them in trying to score against a Mililani defense that only allowed 2 goals in their entire season. That Trojan defense would hold up and Mililani would finally get their revenge, along with sustaining a perfect 16-0 season. Now let's pass the ball to Kailee for our winner interview.
The Mililani Trojans missed their prom to play in the state championship game, and it turned out to be worth it. Not even knowing what hit him, it turned out to be the game-winning goal. Let's go to Justin Tilton to hear how his goal secured the victory for the Trojans and what it was like to battle back to a championship win.
You know, I didn't even really see it. I mean, I jumped up, the ball was right on my head, and I just whipped it in. Since the beginning of the season, you know, we knew that this game was ours and this was our final destination. We came out here, same team, same everything, and we just wanted revenge. If I could sum it up in one word, it was revenge. And I know that we came out here, we came out with intensity, we came out with passion, and that goal just sealed the deal.
Anyone you want to shout out?
I want to shout out my girlfriend. It's been a wonderful ride with you, 2 years, I love you.
Congratulations to the Voyagers and the Trojans.
And speaking of 16-0, this has been our 16th Road to the Ship video.
Really? Oh, time passes so fast. And 2 weeks from now, we'll see y'all again for the boys basketball state tournament.
This is the Road to the Ship presented by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union. Mahalo to Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaii Pacific Health, and Young Brothers for sponsoring our humble show.
I'm Mia Ha-Rozewski.
And I'm Bobby Bess.
You've been watching The Road to the Ship.